world into World War II. Pearl Harbor, another one. There's a compelling amount of evidence, whether you go with Webster Tarpley's view or Lieutenant Commander Robert Stinnett's view. Either way, the government lied and used Pearl Harbor to get us into a war. And as a matter of fact, this is a headline from the Honolulu Advertiser from the week before Pearl Harbor. And it's saying right at the top there, the Japanese are coming to strike us. And it's amazing. Living in Oahu, I've had a chance to go out and look at a lot of this stuff. We've actually found the remains of the shortwave listening station, Station H, where that intercepted the Japanese fleet a week before it actually showed up. So there's no question, Roosevelt and the boys knew about it. They hid it from the Hawaiian commanders to make it look like a surprise attack because, by golly, we got to convince those American people of the need to go into another war because we just had the crash of 1929 and world wars are how we get out of these financial messes. Gulf of Tonkin, there were no torpedoes. I'm going to go a little bit faster. The USS Iowa explosion. Even though the Navy's own testing showed it was improperly stored propellant, they blamed it on a gay guy, suicide. We actually found this one ourselves out on the island of Oahu. Bill Clinton, when he became president, and just shows you, they lie about everything. Just whatever. This isn't even an important lie. He made a speech where he said he'd given up junk food and he was going to be healthy and he was going to be... And then we catch him coming out of McDonald's over in Kailua. Who cares? You know, have a burger. I don't care. Have a Big Mac moment. The Dodgy dossier, which of course was part of the propaganda run-up along with 9/11 to go into Iraq. The mobile biological weapons labs that turned out to be balloon inflators that Great Britain had sold to Iraq, and so they knew what they were. There was never any question about it. Saddam's nuclear weapons. Insert ominous music here. And it just went on and on and on, and we've got killer bees, Y2K, global warming, and your medical basic lies. Anything for a buck, yeah? And politics. I still haven't figured out what she's about, so anyway. 9/11 itself. And again, we have here Building 7. I don't think there's anybody that thinks this is anything but a controlled demolition unless they're on a federal paycheck. BBC reporting on it with it still, the building is down and it's still standing behind her, and she just went public and said, it's just a simple mistake. You're just making a really big deal out of nothing at all. Yeah, and we're going to keep on doing it, so deal with it. All right. Now, here's the point I'm trying to make. And I'm rushing because I know we all want to get out of here and get over to see the movie and everything like that. In the hindsight of history, the lies about 9/11 are not unique. It's not a special occurrence. It's business as usual. And when you go out there to talk to people about 9/11 and the fraud and the hoax, and they say, our government wouldn't do that. You say, yeah, our government has done it. Every government does it. That's how they control you. That's how they get your money. That's how they get to send out young people to die in these wars created with these lies. And I imagine for the rulers it's very frustrating because it always worked before. And now all of a sudden, because those pesky bloggers and the alternative media, we just can't do it anymore. Well, maybe not. Every once in a while, Hitler and Mussolini, every once in a while they do screw up bad enough for things to fall apart. But you here in this audience, all of us today, we're the modern Gutenbergs, because all of history is a contest between those rulers who would lie to us and breakthroughs in technology which make the lies no longer tenable. Gutenberg did it with movable type. We're doing it with the internet and computers. And we are changing fundamentally the manner in which information flows through our society. And we're changing the world. I don't think our generation will even be able to appreciate just how dramatically we are changing the world with every single post that we do, every single blog and interview. The dream of America was a government and a people working together in concert and mutual respect. It should be obvious that when the government lies to you, they don't respect you. They don't value you as a human being. They don't regard you as a fellow human being. You're an asset. You're the herd, the mass. You are to be managed, not dealt with honorably. So where are we going to go with 9/11? And I see everybody getting antsy here, so I'm going to wrap up. From the Declaration of Independence. Oh, okay, all right.
Just a little bit.
Vamp till Q. Vamp till Q. All right. Declaration of Independence. One of my ancestors signed it, so I'm kind of partial. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. I do not consent to be lied to. I don't know anybody who does. Is there anybody here who wants to be lied to? Okay, you're very smart. All right, so... But the situation here is that when the government lies to the people, it destroys its own legitimacy. I won't live under a government that lies to us. So here's the point I want to come to. It's been 10 years since 9/11. We know an awful lot about what happened on that day. A lot of it we don't agree on, and that's just fine. That's what the First Amendment is for. Each one of us has a different opinion. And out of thesis and antithesis comes synthesis on the path to truth. But I think at this point, 10 years on, some of the issues that we don't agree on, we never will. And maybe it's time to stop fighting about those. Because the perpetrators of 9/11 would love nothing better than for us to spend the rest of our lives arguing about directed energy weapons and scalar this and all the rest of that. And that keeps them safe because it keeps us from action. But I remember back during Vietnam when COINTELPRO was infiltrating the anti-war movement, and they'd get people in there to just create all kinds of ruckus and silly ideas and just keep everybody fighting amongst themselves and arguing back and forth. And for every single day that we argued back and forth, more American kids died in those rice paddies. And so right now at this point, I think we need to agree on the things that we all agree on, that we were lied to start wars. And we need to decide that we're going to do something about it, because every day that we sit here and debate the minutiae, more American kids are dying in Iraq, in Afghanistan, and wherever else they're going to send from now on. Basically that's it. This is a call for you to go out and talk to people and say, we don't have all the answers, but we do have the most important answer. We were lied to. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to live under a government that lies to you? I don't want to. I don't think you should. I'm going to have a truthful government, or I'll have no government at all. Thank you.
All right, it just keeps getting better and better.